It's the age of centenarians. Live a life of youth with your pet. Many of you want to spend your twilight years with your pet, right? Today we're going to have a fun and easy, yet in-depth conversation about why we're so captivated by these little creatures, what life with them means to us, and how we can live happier and healthier lives together. Before we begin the broadcast, I'd like to ask you a favor. In order for this video to last for a long time, the viewer's generous interest and consideration must come first, so please subscribe and like first. If you show your support in the comments, we promise to do our best to provide you with many good videos. So, are you ready? Let's embark on a journey into the world of pets together. I am confident that this will be a precious time that can bring small comfort and great joy to your lives. So please listen with an easy mind. Why did my cat and I get married? I'm sure many of you will chuckle just hearing this title. This is a true story I came across a while ago. An elderly man who had hated cats his entire life was living alone while fighting an illness. Then he happened to come into his yard and started feeding a stray cat. At first, I just fed it out of pity, but as the bond with the old man's health improved noticeably. Talking to the cat and caring for the cat brought back the vitality of life. And the cat is now not just an animal to the elderly person, but the most precious companion in life. This kind of story is by no means unusual. Similar touching events happen every day all over the world. There are countless stories around us, such as someone who found meaning in life through a warm walk with their dog, or a companion cat who silently stayed by the bedside of their guardian, encouraging their will to live. In this way, pets are more than just cute and pretty creatures. They are true companions in our lives and have a profound impact on our mental and physical health. These little friends. It is no exaggeration to say that the history of companion animals is inextricably linked to the history of mankind. Long ago, when we lived in caves, wolves helped humans hunt and shared leftover food, gradually evolving into the companion dogs we know today. This process took place gradually over tens of thousands of years, which evolved into humans, wolves, and later dogs, became indispensable to each other. Wolves could obtain food more safely under human protection. Humans have leveraged dogs' exceptional senses of smell, hearing, and hunting abilities to increase their chances of survival. Cats also began a symbiotic relationship with humans by catching mice in granaries. In ancient Egypt, cats were considered sacred and worshipped. At first, it was a practical relationship for survival, but gradually they became indispensable to each other. Against this historical backdrop, it is no exaggeration to say that companion animals have played a pivotal role in the development of human civilization. Dogs and cats were mainly kept by the wealthy and nobles, and were considered symbols of wealth and authority. You can get a sense of what it was like at the time by looking at pictures of small dogs wearing fancy jewelry being held in the arms of noble women. Royal and noble families in Europe especially owned purebred dogs and formed their own culture. However, as times changed, pets gradually became more popular, and now many people find emotional comfort and happiness with them. Beyond being just pets, they are now recognized as companion animals, members of the family and life companions. This shift in perception has led to a greater emphasis on ethical responsibility and respect for animals. We now view our pets not as mere possessions, but as precious beings with whom we live. Why on earth are we so obsessed with these little furballs? The secret lies in unconditional love and deep bonds. Pets don't judge us. They love us just as we are, regardless of our social status, appearance, or wealth. When you return home after a long and tiring day, The warmth of your pet running towards you, wagging its tail, or gently rubbing its body against yours is more comforting than any other feeling. And unwavering affection help us put aside the burdens of the world for a moment and return to our true selves. Pets are especially special to seniors who live alone. While it's sad to report that approximately 113,000 animals were abandoned in 2022, the quality of life for seniors are bonding with companion animals improves. Pets have a very positive impact on the mental health of older adults. It greatly helps reduce loneliness and depression and promotes social skills. The emotional stability you feel when you interact with your pet is something that cannot be expressed in words. They can also be your best friend, allowing you to confide in secrets you find difficult to tell anyone. In fact, many seniors confess that they find great comfort in sharing their innermost feelings with their pets. Research has also shown that pets play a crucial role in increasing life satisfaction and relieving stress, especially for elderly people living alone who lack social support networks. This is because companion animals are not just pets, but also serve as objects of emotional exchange. Warm interactions with pets go beyond simply refreshing our moods. They stimulate brain activity, reduce stress, and even help maintain cognitive function. This is a scientifically proven fact. The moment we pet or make eye contact with our beloved pet, our brain actively secretes oxytocin, also known as the happiness hormone. This oxytocin promotes bonding and attachment and increases psychological stability. Conversely, levels of the stress hormone cortisol are significantly reduced. In fact, there are statistics showing that seniors who own dogs or cats have better blood pressure and cholesterol levels and visit hospitals less often than those who don't. This can be seen as a result of the combined effect of regular activity and positive changes in these hormones. Caring for a small life is more complex and requires more systematic activities than you might think. Remembering things like feeding times, walking routes, and medication times forces us to use our cognitive functions consistently. Additionally, there are interesting studies showing that interacting with pets activates various parts of the brain, slowing the decline of language fluency and memory. Pets give us something to respond to. This response helps us become less indifferent to our surroundings and maintain a proactive attitude toward life. To be happier with your beloved companions, you need to make an effort to read their minds. Pets cannot speak, so they express their emotions through actions. In particular, if your dog yawns, licks its nose, or scratches its body in front of unfamiliar people or situations, "I'm uncomfortable right now," or "I don't want to fight." Understanding these subtle signals can help reduce your dog's anxiety and deepen their trust with you. If your cat suddenly fluffs its tail or puts its ears back, it indicates extreme anxiety or defensiveness. In moments like these, it is important to create an environment where the child can feel secure, rather than touching or forcing them. Behavioral problems that are common among elderly pet owners, such as separation, anxiety, or sudden aggression, can be significantly improved with the help of a professional to accurately diagnose and correct the cause. The key is to elicit desirable behavior through understanding and positive reinforcement rather than punishment. The happiness of your pet directly translates into the happiness of your guardian. Warm interactions with pets stimulate brain activity, reduce stress, and help maintain cognitive function. In fact, there are interesting results showing that elderly people who own dogs or cats have slower decline in language, fluency, and memory than those who do not. Isn't it fascinating? These research results clearly demonstrate just how important pets are in the lives of seniors. It is also beneficial for your physical health. Just walking your dog will naturally increase your exercise level. Regular walking is a great way to maintain muscle strength and improve cardiovascular health. There are also statistics showing that seniors who own dogs have better blood pressure and cholesterol levels and visit the hospital less often. This can be seen as a result of the combined effects of regular activity and stress reduction. Caring for a small life is a valuable experience for older adults, providing them with the joy of parenting and boosting their self-esteem. Because the very act of taking responsibility for something and caring for it gives meaning and vitality to life. Additionally, pets serve as social bonds, providing seniors with opportunities to communicate and interact with others. Walking your dog in the park will naturally lead to conversations with other dog owners, which can also be an opportunity to form new relationships. In this way, pets become a source of vitality in our lives and greatly help relieve social isolation. All of these benefits remind us once again that companion animals are not just pets, but important beings that contribute to improving our quality of life. But despite being such precious creatures, unfortunately, many pets are abandoned every year. Looking at the status of abandoned animals in 2022, although there was a downward trend for 3 consecutive years, a staggering 113,000 animals were still abandoned. The number of abandoned dogs is said to have increased slightly in 2023. It's a heartbreaking reality that about 40% of abandoned animals die of natural causes or are euthanized in shelters. While purebred dogs are often adopted or returned to their original owners, the euthanasia rate for mixed-breed dogs is said to be much higher. This can be attributed to social prejudice against mixed-breed dogs and the lack of adoption infrastructure. There are no exact statistics on the causes of abandonment, but the high rate of abandonment of young animals suggests that impulsive adoption or lack of preparation for parenting. It's important to remember that pets aren't just cute toys, they're living beings that will be with you for decades. Adoption decisions should be made with a sense of responsibility throughout their life cycle. A responsible attitude is most important. While institutional efforts such as activating animal registration and expanding neutering surgeries of respect for life must mature above all else. It's time for society as a whole to come together and find solutions to prevent the tragic abandonment of pets due to economic hardship. This is a time when the values of humanism and respect for life are becoming more important. If you want to live a long life with your beloved pet, maintaining their health is essential, right? Maltese and poodle dogs are prone to otitis externa, while Shih Tzus and Yorkshire Terriers are prone to dermatitis and eczema. Shih Tzus, in particular, are prone to eye diseases as much as they have cute big eyes. This is because the eyes are protruding due to the nature of the breed, making them more vulnerable to external stimuli. In cats, kidney disease or lower urinary tract disease can be common. Cats that drink too little water often develop urinary tract diseases, so it is important to provide them with plenty of fresh water. Just as we become sick as we age, our pets can also develop various diseases as they age. Prevention is key. Taking care of your pet's health before illness occurs is beneficial for both you and your pet. Regular vaccinations are essential. You must receive necessary vaccines on time, including comprehensive vaccines, coronavirus vaccines, kennel cough bronchitis vaccines. Each vaccine acts as a shield to protect your pet from deadly diseases. The Seoul Metropolitan Government also subsidizes the cost of rabies vaccinations. The types and costs so it's a good idea to take advantage of this information. Vary. So it's a good idea to inquire at your local veterinary hospital or district office. And you should always be careful about possible tick infections. Especially in times like these, we must be vigilant against the tick-borne disease, known as severe fever with thrombocytopenia syndrome. We need to be extra careful because the mortality rate is high and there is a possibility of secondary transmission. When going for a walk, use tick prevention spray and after outdoor activities, check between the fur to see if there are any ticks attached. If you happen to find a tick, never try to remove it with your bare hands. Instead, take it to a vet for safe removal. Ticks are not just a source of itchiness, they can also transmit serious diseases, so extra care is needed. Regular health checkups are also really important. Our children can't speak even when they're sick. Therefore, it is most important for guardians to notice abnormal signs through
and
careful
to detect
observation.
diseases
early through regular checkups. For example, if your pet shows unusual symptoms such as decreased activity,
diarrhea,
loss of
or
appetite,
difficulty breathing,
vomiting, you should visit a veterinarian immediately. Consult your veterinarian for personalized health care tailored to your pet's age and breed. For example, older dogs may need regular checkups for arthritis or heart disease. Certain breeds may be genetically susceptible to certain diseases, so preventative care is also important. And it is best to reduce unnecessary snacks and never give them salty or human foods. Human foods can cause digestive upset or toxic reactions in pets and can even lead to obesity. As the saying goes, obesity is the root of all diseases. Obesity can also be a major cause of various diseases, such as diabetes, heart disease, and joint disease in your pets. So don't
Always
forget to
remember that
maintain
regular
an appropriate
exercise
weight
and
and a balanced diet are the foundation of a healthy life. Now, how wonderful would it be if life with such a lovely pet were simply bliss, but it's truly painful to imagine ourselves leaving first, or our pets leaving before us? Especially for the elderly, they often worry about who will take care of their children if they leave first. So, interest in pet inheritance is also increasing. Unfortunately, in our country, pets are legally treated as property, so pets themselves cannot be inherited. But it's not like there's no way. Although the legal system is not perfect, we can explore ways to ensure the safety of pets within the framework of current laws. You can designate a specific heir to pay the cost of raising your pet through your will. You can leave a will stipulating that your property bequeathed to someone who will take good care of your pet. For example, I give a portion of my property to my dog. You can specify specific details such as, I will bequeath happiness to someone who will take care of it for the rest of my life. In some countries, a pet care trust is set up to manage the pet's necessary funds while the pet is alive. The remaining assets are donated to a designated person or organization. In fact, in the United States, a wealthy man made headlines
A legacy
by
worth
leaving
over
his dog.
130 billion won.
They say the dog lived a luxurious life, even traveling on a private jet. Of course, such extreme cases are not common, but
That
they can
shows
be
the
said to be
extreme
one
love
of an owner
aspect.
for his or her pet. To strengthen the effect of this will, it is highly recommended that you have it notarized. Notarization is an important procedure that proves that the contents of a will are the true
And reduces the
intentions
potential
of the
for
writer. Legal disputes that may arise in the future. Being with a beloved pet is a truly beautiful and valuable experience. But at the same time, it is a task that comes with great
We
responsibility.
receive
Unconditional love and comfort from these tiny creatures. But equally important is the responsible care and love we provide. We must all once again reflect on the preciousness of life. To prevent the unfortunate cases of adoptions for economic reasons or vague
Pets
expectations,
may only be in our lives
and then
for a short
abandonment,
time,
but we must never forget that they mean the world to us. Furthermore, beyond mere personal responsibility, efforts are needed to raise awareness of companion animal protection
And to
throughout
further
society.
activate
Protection systems and adoption culture for abandoned animals. This is a time when organic cooperation between the government, local governments, and civic groups is urgently needed. I sincerely hope that the culture of treating pets like family will spread further, creating a society where all life is respected. If you think the stories I shared today have been of any help to you in your life with your pet, please subscribe and like and share your experiences in the comments. I hope every moment you spend with these little friends is filled with warmth, comfort,
Now is
and
the age of
happiness. Centenarians, and let's live a long and
I'll be back
prosperous
next
life
time
with
with
a
our
more
pets.
informative and entertaining story. Thank you. Until next time.
I hope you and your pets stay healthy and happy.
Rest in peace, everyone.